Hello, it is April 10th, 2018. We had a wild weekend. Nick, myself, Ty Schmidt, Foxy, all went down to New Orleans for WrestleMania 34 weekend. The only person in the studio that didn't go, loser-ass Diggs.
Loser. Nerd.
Sean Latham is currently in the kitchen, cooking up a $20 chef episode. That's magic. I talked to so many legends this weekend. So many. Kevin McAllister, not to be the biggest name drop. Mac, he goes by. Apparently, I learned. I said, Kevin, can I take a picture with you? And he stops and looks at me. It's just me and him moseying around Access.
Did you really say Kevin?
Yeah, I did. It was 5:30 a.m. We're the only two people in the entire place.
What's he doing there?
He has a podcast.
Oh, okay.
But you should go listen. I haven't listened to it, but just from looking at him and the way he's operating, I think we should listen to his podcast. I don't know what it is.
He wears rabbit ears.
Bunny ears. It's a business. Bunnyears.com. I looked into this. Believe me, I was very infatuated by this situation of this kid who has the worst parents in cinematography history. We've all agreed. The McAllisters, Mr. and Mrs. Worst parents ever. Back-to-back Christmases. Forget the same kid. Bad parents. Nowadays, they would get sent to jail for that. But I take a picture with old Macaulay Culkin. He introduced himself as Mac. Mac.
Yeah,
I
would too.
Hi, I'm Mac. Had a little bit of higher voice. Very nice. I'm like, can I take a picture with you? Oh, sure. We take a photo, and then there's no other word said. He just walks away. I'm like, awesome. It was just me and him in this entire convention center, though. Literally me, him, and a bunch of cardboard cutouts of professional wrestlers. Just
That sounds so sad.
I enjoyed waking up to that Friday morning.
I forgot to save those.
Oh, yeah, they're gone.
I forgot to save all those videos.
That was a great story.
It was good, and I hope everybody got to see it because it'll never be seen again. It's gone. It's absolutely gone. Instagram doesn't make it easy to save them either. Like, come on. As soon as it goes up, it should be saved.
There's a setting where you can do that.
It was an incredible week.
Speaking of, though, we went through the memorabilia booth and all that at the Access, and there was the Andre the Giant hands thing where you could match up your hands with Andre.
Yep.
And then that documentary comes out tonight on HBO.
Is
Andre
it
the
tonight
Giant.
or is it Thursday?
Nope.
Tuesday.
The 10th.
A lot of the wrestlers, like the big name people, all went and watched the premiere. And I was in Gorilla. You're going to hear about this. I was in Gorilla, which is a pretty big deal. It was me and the McMahons, Triple H.
You're part of the family.
Shawn Michaels. No, I was not supposed to be there. You're going to hear that entire story. You're going to enjoy it. But all the wrestlers that came in talked about watching and how they got emotional a little bit towards the end. Andre the Giant was a figure that transcended wrestling. He was the man that put him on the map, basically. I can't wait to watch it. Are you going to watch it?
For sure.
After WrestleMania, so much good stuff comes in the network. I cannot wait for it. And all the backstage stuff, I'm going to be in it now. Should be a great time. The weekend was awesome. I cannot be more thankful to the WWE for how nice and hospitable they were. Michael Cole is the man. You're going to hear that a lot. Michael Cole is a guy that does not get anywhere near enough credit for being the voice of the WWE for the last 20 years. But what he did for us was so nice. He was nice to everybody. Foxy, he was even nice to you.
Yeah, he was awesome. Me and Robbie really enjoyed him. It was really funny. So you went and met Triple H. He's the one that like, hey, let's go meet him. You were like, oh shit, it's happening.
Yeah.
So me and Robbie watched from afar. And then when you guys came back, it was like a good 15, 20 minutes. And he's like, all right, Pat, now you can mark out. And you like immediately came to us and started gushing.
I was like, Triple H just hit a stand-up bit on me. He had a whole story ready to go about walking out Mayweather. We had a whole thing. It was really cool to meet all these people. They were so nice to me. I'm being serious when I say that. I did not expect it. You hear nothing but horror stories about people, and I think it's the people, just like in football, the people who suck always hate the coaches, right? It's always the coach's fault. You know what I mean? Bill Stewart used to call them bar guys. They're the guys at the bar that the coach screwed over, of course. They got injured. The coach screwed them. It wasn't the right fit. Nope, they sucked. That's what Bill Stewart always said. I feel like that is not the case. I don't think everybody sucks, but I do feel like the people who get jaded by the WWE are normally the loudest. And
I'd agree with that.
I would like to be a person on record as saying that the WWE treated us with the utmost respect and the most class that I've ever been treated in my entire life from anybody. And I'm being serious with that. From the comedy, granted, they flew me coach. Middle seat.
It was off to a rocky start, but
that was a test.
worked out.
But that's normal. From what I've heard.
Yes.
From the interviews that you did.
Bottom of the
flying
totem
coach
pole.
is normal.
And I had the mindset that I was bottom of the totem pole too. So it wasn't like I was. Now, granted, I got a plane home instead of taking their plane home.
Appreciate that, by the way.
No problem.
Yeah,
Right?
that was
Just
awesome.
got a plane. Like,
Lifesaver.
Yeah, I ain't doing that again. No way am I sitting next to that sweet old lady and an old guy watching the Masters, and I can't even get my Twitter to load. I ain't doing that again. So I just got the plane. But it was an awesome weekend. You're going to hear all about it. And I'm so lucky that you guys listen. I really am. Every single time I get to do these cool things, it's strictly because you people listen and follow along. And I'm so thankful. I'm an idiot. The world knows I'm an idiot. But hopefully you guys think I'm your idiot. And that means a lot to me. I'm being serious when I say that I'm so thankful for everything you guys have afforded me to do. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to do any of this shit. By the way, speaking of, Swear Jar is gone, cuz. Swear Jar is gone.
$10,560.
I think we just go ahead and round it up to $10,600.
Yep.
And then the GoFundMe, that'll go to Jason at Hoosier Firebuff, the young man who has muscular dystrophy, who is bedridden. We're going to go ahead and pimp his bed and his room that he is confined to and make that thing real nice.
Yep. Last I saw it was at $1,200.
There we go. So you do the math. We're way up there. 11,000, what is it, 800, Dix? Look
You
at
get
us.
it.
Math joke, you get it. Devour offers premium frozen meals in a variety of craveable flavors that most freezer aisles have only dreamed of. From ooey gooey cheese to tender Angus beef, spicy sausage, and crispy bacon, Devour has a meal to satisfy every craving,
Every palate.
every single taste bud.
All of them?
All of them. All of the taste buds, all of the palates,
All the time.
all of the cravings. You heard it. You get it. Devour is the first to put mouthwatering flavor and convenience in the same box. Try meals like buffalo chicken mac and cheese, crispy breaded chicken and pasta shells swimming in a creamy buffalo cheddar sauce with the perfect amount of heat, all topped off with crumbled blue cheese. Or tender Angus beef slathered in a sweet and smoky sauce with a roasted corn potato hash and smoky Southwest style seasoning. All Devour meals are designed to go from the freezer to your mouth in just a matter of minutes. So put down that boring-ass frozen pot pie and try Devour today. Devour, the taste of your dreams. How's it going, everybody? How's it going? We just landed. We ordered an Uber XL. It wasn't an XL. It was an average size car. So we got two different cars now. Half the boys are still back at the airport right now. What a long weekend. Well, I guess it was more than a weekend starting on Thursday. It was a long one. I didn't sleep much. Not a lot of sleeping down there in New Orleans.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, media day, we had to be up at like 5 a.m. to get in there. Just kind of moseyed around. And then Saturday was the same thing because I had to be over there for the rehearsals. And then Sunday, I had to be over there for Wrestlemania in a suit all day. And then here we are today. Woke up at 4:30 this morning, get on the plane. Just back to back to back. Awesome weekend, though. Awesome weekend. How are you guys doing?
Great. What were you doing? What were you doing Sunday that you had to be there before in a suit before WrestleMania?
I was told to come.
Are you officially signed?
No. I am not, but there was a lot of conversations that were happening. It was very interesting. It was cool. It was a lot of fun. I got a chance to talk to that NXT Takeover show. I have no idea. It's 10:39. I was sitting in a position called Gorilla, which is after Gorilla Monsoon. Okay, so that's where he used to hang out at. It's for whenever a production is happening. It's right on the other side of the curtain. There's a bunch of all the television screens, all the different angles. Then normally for Monday Night Raw, Vince McMahon has a headset on looking at all the cameras. He has a direct point to the commentators, a direct line to the commentators, a direct line to the refs. There's something going on, right?
Right.
Then there's normally the producer of the match sitting there. And then there's the commentator head person. So for the NXT takeover, instead of Vince McMahon, it's Triple H. So Triple H is that guy, okay?
Yeah.
And then there's a staging area. It's like probably the room is, I'd say 20 by 20, probably a staging area where the wrestlers come into there first before getting introduced right on the other side of the curtain, right? Then you got all these. It was Triple H sitting with his headset. Then Shawn Michaels was next to him. Then Michael Cole was in charge of talking to the commentators, and then me. sitting
That's awesome.
next to Michael Cole.
I didn't know Shawn Michaels was involved.
Shawn
still.
Michaels was very much one of the biggest coaches there. Like he
Awesome.
was like very passionate, like crying almost at points for wrestlers, like because there were such good shows going on. So that NXT Takeover show Saturday night is becoming such a large thing. So everybody in the company almost wanted to come show their respects. I'm sitting. There's us four sitting there, and there's just you name it. Comes through the back doors here, and it's the gorilla area. You have to be like a made man almost to get back there, right? So I'm just sitting there, and basically they told me just to shut up. They just sit down and shut up. Hunter actually told me try to learn as much as you can back here. I was like, you got it. And then Michael Cole was like, hang out, do whatever, just don't say anything. Just kind of, I'm like, you got it. So I literally was just sitting there, and as I'm sitting there, like Jeff Jarrett comes in, and he's just kind of hanging out, talking to people, and I'm like, oh man, okay, this is gonna be pretty cool. And then all of a sudden, Ferdinand walks in. Ferdinand walks in and sits down right behind me. John Cena walks in. I like stand up, right? Because I'm like, you should be sitting in this seat where I'm at for sure. And he was like, no, sit. And I'm like, okay. And then they brought a chair, and he was sitting behind me, right? So Nick Morado just walked in. He has his WrestleMania chair from sitting on the floor. Thanks to SeatGeek. Use code McAfee and get $20 off your first purchase now. So I'm sitting there. And John Cena is sitting behind me at this point. Triple H is 3 doors down. Then Shawn Michaels, Michael Cole, myself, and just watching the ladder match that kicks off NXT TakeOver, which was the best match I think I've ever seen.
That Ricochet dude's wild.
Wild. Absolutely wild. He is just a spark plug, that dude. So then John Cena leaves after the ladder match. He had an appearance or something. He walks out of there. Then you just talk about like just any name you could think of walks in, or Gold Dust walks in there. X-Pac walked in with his dog. Like, you're just talking about like everybody coming and going. And then all of a sudden, Stephanie McMahon walks in. And I'm just like, yeah, I should definitely stand up here. This is definitely her chair. I stand up. Everybody points at me to sit down. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. So they bring her a wheel-in chair for her, right? She's sitting now with her husband over there in the corner. They're kind of making things happen. The show's going on great. The crowd is elated. And this NXT TakeOver show is just crushing. The place is just loud. How loud was that place, Foxy?
It was outstanding.
Outstanding. It was so loud in there. Just loud, blowing the roof off the place because the guys were so good. Guys and girls were so good. So then I'm just sitting there watching everything happen. Patrick Patterson is in there. Billy Kidman, who used to do the Shooting Star Press, is sitting in there. You're just, every single wrestler you could think of is just coming in and out of this gorilla area. And then there's just me sitting in the middle of it. Like, after the matches would happen, there's like this whole standing ovation for them whenever they come back. Anytime you watch a WWE Network, there's that area right on the other side of the curtain where like a real moment happens where it's like, congratulations on a great show there, blah, blah, blah. And all those WWE Network things for that NXT TakeOver, like Adam Cole, Bebe became the first North American champion of NXT, and there's a full standing ovation in the back. I'm in all of those shots, just clapping. like there's a couple times where I'm clapping, and I'm like, I have no idea why I'm here. He's like talking to Triple H, and then he talks to Shawn Michaels, and he talks to Michael Cole, and I'm just sitting there clapping, like, yep, great job, man, really good stuff. Yeah, I don't know why I'm here.
I mean, you guys are boys. He didn't give you a dap?
Well, yeah, he did. We did dap up, but then there was like other wrestlers that came back who just went out there and just want the war, and they're coming back like it's a real big moment, you know, because they just put on millions of people literally watching a big time show, and they crushed. The NXT people crushed on Saturday night. So they're all coming back, and I'm just clapping, and I'm just like, there's no way I'm supposed to be here. And then I sit back down, and then all of a sudden I realized I was not supposed to be there because there was just gust of wind. Vince McMahon walks in. Vince McMahon walks in and is standing right behind me. So if there was a moment during that NXT TakeOver show where I could have taken a selfie, and it would have been me, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Michael Cole, Stephanie McMahon, and Vince McMahon. Like if I would have just taken a selfie with where I was sitting at, I'm like, why am I here? So the show wraps up, and I'm just like, thank you. Like, to Michael Cole is the guy, by the way. Michael Cole is the guy that's put me on so much. Hunter had to agree to everything, though. So, like, I'm very thankful for Triple H for letting me do this. Michael Cole, though, might be one of the coolest people I've ever met in my entire life, which I never would have guessed. Never would have guessed. And it was just like a dream. It was just a dream. The whole thing was just very wild. Very, very wild. And I didn't sleep much. So we're just rolling out.
No sleep.
You'll sleep. You'll get there.
We did a Bourbon Street night on Saturday after that.
Yeah, I saw a fucking Ty two-stepping down the street.
Look good, too. Look real good, Ty.
I didn't see that. I was behind you there. I stopped at the
You're
end
in
of
the
the video.
back of the video. Like, should we go in this place?
Yeah, I didn't see you though. I didn't see it all going down. I didn't get to see the quick with the feet there, cuz.
Holding 2 beers.
Doubling it up on draft beers.
Yeah, what? I mean, a WrestleMania Bourbon Street was a hilarious one. There was this one bar that was only playing intro music.
I saw it.
Oh, really?
It was.
Which one was it?
I have no idea. Couldn't even guess.
Who knows?
I have no idea.
What a
Looked
great
like a
idea.
swamp.
Couldn't even guess. And they were crushing. There was just like hundreds of people outside the bar, hundreds of people inside the bar, all wrestling nerds, like all nerds for sure. Crushing.
Robbie Fox deemed it his favorite bar he's ever been to, for what that's worth.
He's
I'm
19.
Sure, yeah.
He's 19. But they keep going. And then at like 1:45, they wanted to get rid of everybody, and they just changed the music up to like salsa, and the entire place booed. And then they moved to another bar. It was just awesome. It was a super wrestling weekend. It's been a fun run. It's been a fun weekend. I learned a lot. I met everybody, though.
That's great.
That catering thing is the truth, too, by the way. That food is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. I bet they don't fuck around.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's got to be.
The company, I forget what the company's called, but they're like Rockstar Touring Catering. Wow. So they're like an actual company in Nashville that's what they do. Like one of the cooks I was talking to, he's got Taylor Swift's tour coming up. It's like a 370-person cast and crew.
Wow.
She's got so much
What
money.
a fucking bill she's got going on.
So much.
Staffing on a tour.
The food was so good. Hunter, they stole the show, too. Hunter and Stephanie and Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle, they stole the show. Or Charlotte and Asuka. I don't know. WrestleMania was a wild one. It was a long one. It was a fun weekend. Vibs, your first time ever being a part of a wrestling weekend. How was it?
Incredible.
It was awesome, wasn't it?
It was awesome.
Everybody was
Best thing
so
ever.
nice.
Yeah, no.
Everybody's so nice. You hear horror stories about what happens in the wrestling business. I've never been treated better in my entire life. Just
That's
so
amazing.
hospitable from beginning to end. It was unbelievable.
And the fans on Bourbon Street, no drama. Everyone just wanted to have a good time. It was awesome.
Everybody was just singing with their fake belts and just having a good time. I was at that stadium for, I think yesterday, 12 hours yesterday from beginning to end and kind of watching the whole thing. It's a long day there at WrestleMania, but there's so much went down last night. So much happened. I don't know if you guys seen it.
How much time do you think you spent in the hotel room or the Airbnb the whole time you were there?
The only time we were at the Airbnb is when we did a podcast,
Yep.
and then we tried to do a wrestling recap rundown for Barstool today, but the audio I think got messed up. So I was there last night for like another hour on top. So after WrestleMania ended at like 4 a.m. What time? What time did it? 11:30 local time, which is 12:30 Eastern. So then Robbie wanted to do a rundown.
So it was 5.5 hours.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, and that was just the pay-per-view. Like
Yeah, that was the pre-show.
started.
There was
Oh,
two
yeah.
battle royals in the pre-show.
Wow.
John Cena was in the crowd from 3:30 local time. Like 3:30, he was in the crowd because people were coming into the stadium, and it was just a wide open place. And then Cena's group around it was just packed. Yeah, I was in there a long time. It was a real long time. I think that there's so many things that happened that I really enjoyed. Triple H coming out on a bike, a geezer glider was a big move, a boss move. That girl that was playing the guitar for Shinsuke Nakamura's intro, she's really good at the guitar. That would be great to be able to do that. Would that not be nice?
That'd
to
be
do
pretty good.
She
Nita
plays-
Strauss, yeah.
She plays with Alice Cooper, I was told.
Yeah.
he was the Jew, the king of Israel in calling Jesus the Jew, right? The king of the Jews. Alice Cooper, is that the same guy?
Yeah, in the NBC play, we'll call it a play of Jesus Christ.
Oh, so now it's not a
Superstar.
documentary. Now it's not a documentary. It's unbelievable. So she's that guitar player?
Yeah,
She was good.
she ripped it.
She was really good. There was a lot of things. I bought 14 beers in the middle of Shinsuke AJ Styles.
Nice.
The last call, they said, so I bought the bucket. I bought the guys' buckets that they were walking around with. Yeah, absolutely. Bought it for the group here. Bought it for the group here. We had a good seat. SeatGeek took care of us. I thought I was going to be Braun Strowman's partner. I thought there was a chance.
We all did.
Yeah,
So
there's a real
when he
moment.
asked the crowd, there was a moment where like I looked at you and you fixed your tie and started to step forward, and I was like,
They were
He
all.
stepped
These
Did he
guys
just-
were 100% under the assumption that I was Braun Strowman's
When you got
partner.
him a chair.
Yeah, well, during the middle of the match, you just left and went to catering, in quotes, and we're like, he's going to be Strowman's partner.
He's gonna
for
fuck
sure.
up in the ring. Oh.
We were excited.
That would have been nice. And when you guys told me that, I was like, yeah, that would have been real cool if I would have pulled it off. The main event was Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and the crowd did not enjoy it. The crowd did not enjoy it. Now, granted, this is 5 hours into the show, and Brock Lesnar had a bunch of rumors that he was going back to the UFC. Dana White broke the news on you even saw that a ton.
Yeah,
so
yep.
broke the news on last Thursday night, I believe. He broke news that Brock Lesnar is coming back to UFC. So everybody assumed Brock Lesnar's going to lose, and everybody hated him. Everybody was booing him. Everybody boos Roman Reigns. It became a beach ball fest. Beach balls came out in the crowd. Everybody was cheering for these beach balls. So it was like in soccer, every time a pass happens and they go like, ole. Like anytime this beach ball was hit into a sky, it was like yeah. Like it could have, Roman Reigns was getting his ass kicked in the ring, and there was 70,000 people enthralled with a beach ball bouncing up and down. I felt so bad for the guy. I've never felt bad for somebody like that.
It was like everyone saved it till the main event, and all of a sudden everyone pulled beach balls out of their pockets, started blowing them up and passing them around.
I don't know. There was 7 beach balls, and I don't know if there are a group of people that get tickets scattered around the stadium on purpose. So they're like, all right, listen, when your first one goes down, I'll hit them, and then we'll hit them. It's like a choreography
They
event.
could, like on a Reddit or something, they could technically do that.
I bet you they did. I'm assuming they did. And I watched at the NXT Takeover event when we did the pre-show, which was so much fun, by the way. We haven't even started talking about that. There was a rehearsal I did not do well in. I don't do rehearsals good. I'm not good at the rehearsal thing.
You're the one take guy.
I'm not good at rehearsals.
Game time.
And I knew that was going to be bad for me. I knew it was going to be bad for me because that was basically their first look at me, a lot of the people. And I'm like, this isn't good. The rehearsal did not go well. But because I'm not good. I don't want to deliver. I wanted to make them laugh. So I didn't want to do the same lines that I was going to do in the show because I didn't want them to hear it. It was like a Saturday Night Live thing. It's like a Saturday Night Live thing. Like I don't want them to hear. I don't want them to get desensitized to what I'm going to do, how I'm going to say it, anything like that. So I was the most boring human on earth in that rehearsal. And Michael Cole afterwards was like, "Hey, don't be scared to be you out there." I was like, "I'm not good at rehearsals." Like I'm so sorry. I will get better at this if you continue to let me do this. But he was like, "Good. Have nothing but confidence in you then." Like it was like nothing like because if they show that rehearsal tape, I was terrible. So what do you think? I think it's going to be good. Yeah. That's all.
But it's such a point that I think non-comedic people don't think of. It's like, dude, if I give you the punchline beforehand,
like
you're gonna fake laugh.
I don't want these people to fake laugh.
Yeah.
Like Adam Cole was told that we would have a give and take, and I was like, are we going to really do a give and take? And they're like, we'll see how it goes. We'll feel it out. And then like right before I go on, they're like, hey, Adam wants to dance, by the way, which I did. I was like, okay, good. This is good news. I was like, literally right before we go, in the whole show, there's somebody in your ear. Mm-hmm. So like everything you say, there's like either a confirmation on it or there's like a little bit more lead in with more of this. I've never been a part of that in my life. So like while I'm talking in rehearsal, there's somebody in my ear like, oh yeah. And I'm like, no, I got to keep going. Okay. The people in the crowd can't hear what I just heard. There's something happening in my head here. It was a real balance of emotions. It was pretty.
By the way, floral tie.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The tie pocket square kill.
Yeah, it was a little silver floral popper.
I was real proud when I saw that.
I didn't tie it. I did not tie it. Sam Roberts had to tie that for me, who was so nice. Same with Charlie. They were both so nice to me. Everybody at the WWE was so nice. A guy named Ernest tied my tie yesterday in catering. He was a cameraman. A guy named Ernest.
You know how to tie a tie?
No. And I tried. I gave it a good shot yesterday, but the tie came loose. Like I YouTubed it, and then it was just like hanging off of my neck like a turtleneck, like a loose neck turtleneck. And I was sitting down at catering, and a guy sitting next to me was a football fan. It was the camera guys. And the one guy's name was Ernest. I was like, name Ernest. Do you know how to tie a tie? He was like, yeah. I was like, can you tie this for me? He was like, absolutely. So Ernest tied my tie yesterday. It looked great. But as the pre-show was happening, I watched these group of friends, like right before we filmed it, there was 4 of them. And they came in together like a flock. Mm-hmm. And then they separated. 2 went this way, 2 went this way. And then I heard them start yelling back to each other. They're the chant starters. This group went in there with the mindset that they're going to be the ones to start the chant. So it was like, as soon as they get in there, they split. I start watching them while they're walking. I'm like, anytime I've been to a wrestling event, I've heard these guys. You know what I mean? You hear the guys that are the chant starters. I've never seen them actually come in and like, they're like, it was like a earth, wind, fire movement, like situation for these guys. It was really cool to kind of just watch everything come together. Really, really cool.
Brock's got criticism. It was like a bloodbath, right?
Yes.
Like there was a real elbow thing that happened that split somebody's skull open.
Yeah, Brock took his gloves off. This was after like the sixth that Roman Reigns got his ass kicked, just completely got his ass kicked, and the crowd did not care. The crowd did not. They didn't like what was happening. They didn't like that it was happening. They were just completely out.
If you were watching on TV and you heard any semblance of applause or a pop, it was for the beach ball.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, that beach ball got. Oh, that beach
That's
ball
not
was
a
over.
joke. The beach ball was way over.
Way
That's all
over.
anyone cared about.
I saw the beach ball do a post game interview, and it was fucking good. I mean, he really had a lot to say.
Oh, the first six got stabbed, so the last one had to hold it down for the homies. Vibs, were you kind of surprised by that the main event was kind of treated
Absolutely, yeah. It was kind of boring. I was bored. The best event was Ronda Rousey's tag team with Triple H. Like, that was electric. The crowd was. I've never seen the crowd so into something.
Yeah, the whole place, and that's just like the art of telling a story, and that's kind of why the NXT takeover did so well, is because Triple H's brain is so good at like every attention to detail he's a part of. By the way, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be saying a lot of these things. He like draws he's a logo, like he draws some of their logos himself. Like he's
wow.
He's all in on this, like every aspect of it. Just like Vince McMahon, he is all in on everything. It's a family business. It really is a family business. Like I saw Goldberg. Like he's an intense character, by the way, very intense character all the time. I was in catering, and all of a sudden I hear, "Where's the bread?" I'm like, will somebody get Goldberg the damn bread?
I did
Jeez.
watch him come out for the Hall of Fame. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, his speech or for the WrestleMania?
For the WrestleMania.
Yeah, he was getting them sparks on. He had his suit on. I thought he was going to go up in flames. Met Kevin McAllister Friday morning. That was pretty cool.
How's he look health-wise?
He's tiny. He's a tiny little frail thing.
Good.
I guess he's lived, though. I got a lot of text messages from people that were like, yo, did you ask about Michael Jackson? I'm like,
what?
No. Like, yeah, he was
They're like best friends.
He's best friends with Michael Jackson. I was like, did not know that. I just know that he has the two worst parents in cinematography history.
The most wild thing is, though, when you met him, it was just you two wandering around this massive convention center alone.
Just me and him.
Yeah.
Just me and Kevin McAllister just wandering around Access and just chit-chatting. Paul Heyman, got a chance to talk to him, which was... He sent out a tweet yesterday that was really, everybody thought he was giving away what was going to happen in the Brock Roman, where he said, tonight I will be leaving with the Universal Champion regardless or whatever. So everybody's like, oh, Paul Heyman's going to turn on Brock and he's going to join Roman. And then the match, they got no pop at all. I think the fans could have made that match incredible, and everybody just quit on it. They're like, nope, we're not doing this anymore.
Well, how come? I mean, if this is getting bloody and they're actually putting on a great show, why?
Brock's leaving. So everybody knows Brock's leaving.
They're pissed because of that announcement, because that came out Wednesday night or Thursday.
Yeah. So like years ago, Brock and Goldberg had a match, and I don't remember what pay-per-view it was at. But so these WWE fans that go to these pay-per-views, these are the diehard fans. These are the fans that are their subscription owners. They buy all the merch. They've been fans for a long time. They know the workings of the WWE. They understand who's getting a push, who's not getting a push. They completely understand everything about it. So they know that Brock's leaving, and he's a part-time guy that they're still pushing. And everybody knows that Roman gets big pushes all the time, because Roman does is work. But the fans are sick of Roman. So it's just like you got two people in there that these fans that are diehard loyalist fans, they don't like right now.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, so when Goldberg and Brock Lesnar had this same type of match years and years ago, like the fans were just ruthless to him. And at one point, Goldberg actually screams in a video, is like to Brock, like, fuck these people, basically, like screaming it. And then the match ends and they're gone. That's kind of how it felt last night, even though Roman is nowhere near leaving. Like, so it's an interesting situation. I guess Brock had some words from some people backstage, I guess, afterwards. I should have went back there. I was back there, but I didn't see that. I did not. Jeff Jarrett told me that I'm ruining my brand whenever I had a suit and tie on and makeup. That was kind of funny.
That's awesome that he knows your brand.
Yeah, because whenever he was in the back at that takeover thing, whenever all this clapping was happening, I tried to move to the back of the group, and Jeff Jarrett just happened to be standing right next to me. And I was like, congratulations on the Hall of Fame nod, man. He was like, I know you, is what he said to me. And I was like, my name's Pat. He said, you're that punter? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, I love you. He said, you changed again. You're ruining your brand. What are you doing?
Tell me you had to?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is, suit and tie world. I mean, this is the way it goes. He was like, I like what you did. I mean, my Titans are so much better than the Colts any day of the week, but you made it a lot of fun on fourth down, so I respect that. I'm like, thank you. He said, but what are you doing?
You look like you could have been a high level attorney that just defended fucking mafia figures.
Yeah, oh yeah?
Yeah, you look like you were fucking, you're out here just saving the bad guys.
I felt pretty good. I felt pretty
real
good. They did my hair too, and the hair and makeup. So H&M, by the way, which I guess was a topic of conversation on somebody's.
Yep.
I guess Killer Mike got into it for saying H&M was racist, but the lady was like, no, I'm talking hair and makeup here, you freaking idiot. Yeah, that was a big moment. Killer Mike was trending. I was noticing that as I was walking like backstage or something. I'm like, Killer Mike's trending. Is Killer Mike dead? This is a big thing. And I'm like, oh, piss somebody off. Okay, good. Let's keep it moving. We did Bourbon Street on Saturday night, and we walked it home as a group. It was like a fun moment. And I was going to my hotel. They were going to Airbnb. And I thought for sure I was supposed to turn left. So I went on like a 3-block jog left. I thought my hotel was just right there. I ended up inland. I was way in the middle of New Orleans. I was like,
Which is not a good thing.
It's like 4:30 in the morning. It's 4:45 a.m. and I'm just by myself out in the middle of nowhere.
Still suited up.
No, I didn't have a suit on. I had jorts and a like a sleeveless hoodie on. But then I look at my phone, and my phone was lost. So my phone, whenever you're walking, it doesn't point you in the right direction, right?
Worst.
So you have no idea. I didn't get back to like 5:15, 5:20 a.m. walking into the WWE hotel, and I just thought Vince McMahon would be on his way out, So I really tried to make it look like I just got done with the morning jog. Put some water on my arms, make it look like I'm sweating, having a good time. I think John Cena literally is just like the consummate professional. Like
Yes.
I honestly believe that is what John Cena is. He's just a consummate
And we
professional.
talked about it a little bit. I said, The Undertaker didn't look great in the past couple of WrestleManias, so I think this was just them giving him a chance to kind of build him back up and make it look like, wow, he's that huge force. He's that unstoppable object. Again.
We all did think, though, that when the hat and jacket were in the ring and then they did the flash illusion, which I did respect, the flash illusion, we thought maybe American Badass comes out there because it was like maybe a bike. And I was walking around backstage, by the way, and I saw a lot of bikes. And I was like, okay, American Badass is coming out. Nope. Triple H and Stephanie had an entire female biker gang lead them out. I didn't even have a clue. I don't know who all knows everything that happens. I'm happy Elias was in on it, though. Elias, kid from our high school, got a chance to steal the Undertaker's pop there for a second.
Can you see the lightning thing in the stadium? Okay.
No, the graphics or whatever.
Yeah, there were enough TVs though you could see it on all the TVs.
Okay.
Yeah, because they block a lot with this big contraption in the middle. So there's like just 4K. There's jumbotrons everywhere in there for people to watch, just in case they're.
I was wondering when I was watching this morning. I was like, I don't know if you could see that in the stadium.
Yeah, we couldn't see the graphics that we saw on WWE Network afterwards. We watched it back afterwards. We couldn't see that. Those were some thick lightning bolts they brought in with the graphics there. Very thick. Very, very thick. I like what Cena did, though. I did comment about Barstool Sports' decision to go with when there's cake in the break room. I'm not an office guy. Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
No.
So when there's cake in the break room, you sprint?
No.
Vibs? I don't know if Vibs is an office guy either.
In real offices, a lot of people do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
So cake is a means.
It's like an office lady thing.
Yeah.
I've never been more confused reading a tweet.
Oh, there's cake.
Cake or pizza. If they could have used pizza too.
Cena, what did he run? What was that 40 there?
417 up the ramp.
Ty Schmidt is the biggest John Cena fan on earth. He was distraught last night after Undertaker wins, just out of nowhere. I thought you were going to vomit.
Yeah, it was tough to swallow, but you know what? Hustle, loyalty, respect. That's what we're all about. We'll come back at the next pay-per-view. Cena's getting the strap back. I know it.
It was a wild weekend. Who knows what they're going to do about this Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns? I cannot wait to watch. It was a lot of negative reaction from that crowd there. But I don't think anybody cares. I think negative reaction is a positive reaction. I think any reaction is all that you're looking for. They need to sign that beach ball immediately. Could you imagine when Braun Strowman's tag team partner, if this would have hit, that place would have... There were so many rumors on who Braun Strowman's tag team partner was going to be. This guy's name was not mentioned, but there was a lot of very big names that were being said. And then whenever he picked that kid, I think it kind of lost a little luster in the building, but I think on the internet it probably did well. I don't know.
I'm sure.
I haven't really checked it. It was almost me, though, guys. It's almost me. I was less than 10 yards away from potential.
He wandered around for a while,
Yeah.
and then he started on the other side of the arena, and he made his way over. He's like, he's coming over here.
Kid was like 10 rows in front of us.
Yeah.
I was standing on my chair with a full beer. Cuzzy! And the section around us was chanting McAfee. The section around us.
Yeah.
Didn't you chug your beer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. They were chanting McAfee, and I'm like, guys, let's not get this too big. I am pretty intoxicated right now. I don't know if this is what we should think about. And then that little kid comes up. I'm like, it's always the kids. It's always these kids. I hate these kids. That was a big moment, I guess. Braun Strowman and a 10-year-old tag team champions. It's going to be tough to look in the mirror. You're Cesaro and Sheamus here. Lost to a 10-year-old.
How about that 10-year-old when he goes back to school? He's going to be fucking... They should just graduate. He's just going to go on a tour, this kid. That's
Imagine him
amazing.
going into class with that belt today. Teacher, it's not a toy. It's not a toy. It's a real thing. Lady.
That fucking Sheamus dude is huge.
Monster.
Huge.
So that's
He's see-through, so it's like so weird.
Very, very glowing, that guy. The amount of paleness in him is next level. But seeing them backstage, you get such a respect for what they look like. Like Shane McMahon even is jacked up. Like he always wears that baggy shirt. It's kind of like the Manny Ramirez thing. Like,
The jersey, yeah.
Yeah, he always wears like that baggy thing. And then afterwards you see him walk and he's got like a tight. Oh, yeah, Shane McMahon came through that takeover too, by the way. And I think he was there. He could have been a part of that selfie too. Where it have been Shane, Vince, Stephanie, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Michael Cole, and myself, obviously. The power team. Really, the power team of the WWE.
You're a clean anchor.
There were so many I've made $1 million in like, I think 4 different professions now at this point, okay? I've done pretty good in my life here. I've done a lot of things well. And I had never just completely assumed the role of just like, I am at the bottom of this totem pole. Just sit here and shut up. Like the entire weekend. Like backstage, I went and got Michael Cole coffee day one. I got somebody some water. Like I was like, man, this is so cool. But I completely I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I don't want anybody to think that I deserve anything. I don't want anybody to know that. I just want you to give me a microphone, turn that camera on, let's just go to work. That's all I wanted the entire time. And I was very thankful for how nice they were. It was so cool. It was so cool, man. Such a mind-blowing experience. And I was texting my lady every time I met somebody. I'm like, oh, Stephanie McMahon just walked in. And she was like, oh, tell her I love their dogs. I was like, tell her I love those dogs. And I was like, Sam, everybody's liking these suits and this tie, you know. And she was like, I know that's because I'm fashion forward. She pieced the pieces together. Indochino suit they said they couldn't make it happen, turn around. So what that means is, if I get into the next one to do another one of these things, I think Indochino is about to come have me loaded and ready to go because I got an email. They're like, sorry, we couldn't make this happen. And it was like, we asked them to do 2 tailored suits in 6 days. Hey, is there any ways? They're like, we're so sorry. We'll get you for the next one, though. And I think there is going to be a next one, by the way.
And you're not exactly, you don't really plan out too far, so it's, you know, like, this is the way it had to happen.
No way. It was like they sent me a date for something I need to keep in store, and I'm like, that might as well be the year 2020. That might as well. I think I got to go to 45 different states before that. I have no idea. It was a fun weekend.
It looked like you'd been doing it your entire life, like you were with them since their inception. I mean, it was that comfortable.
Well, I do. I feel like I have been, though. Like, I honestly feel like with the WWE, I have been. There was a lot of things they told me, like, hey, don't get caught up doing this type of stuff. We just want you to be you. That was the main thing that Hunter told me and Michael Cole told me. They were just like, we just want you to be you. So however you got to do that, do that. And I'm like, well, this rehearsal, if I'm going to be me, rehearsal's me are terrible. Just you need to know that. It was really cool. It was really, really cool. But the amount of planning that goes into it was very interesting because there's so many graphics coming and going and throwing to things. There's so many things happening. It's like the amount of I sat through a couple meetings, like 3 meetings on the day of. I felt like I was really a part of something.
My favorite part was when you guys kicked off the pre-show and you each introduced a match that was going to be coming up in the show.
Yeah,
and I was like, whoa, look at our boy fucking reading like scripted shit.
Yeah, it was. Well, it wasn't scripted. It was just the match happened.
Correct.
It was awesome because you hear them laugh in your headset. So if you said something that's good, they laugh in your headset, right? So it was like, for me, it felt pretty good. So the guy announced that Sam Roberts, who was so nice, by the way, a lot of people were attacking him, like that he was so nice. He tied my tie. Like, he was so nice to me. He's been doing this for like a year and a half now. So he's been there, done that with everything. He walked me around, showed me around. He was so nice. And he introduces the North American Championship ladder match or whatever. And I was like just sitting there thinking in transition, I was like, as a resident of North America, I cannot wait to find out who our champion is. And all I hear is Michael Cole just start like MFing me in my earpiece, like dying laughing. And I'm like, excuse me, man, I got to get to something here. If you could stop talking in my brain. And then like another guy chirped in. And I don't know if it was Hunter. There's like 3 different people chiming in, laughing. And I'm like, okay, good. Got a little pop back there in the truck. That feels pretty good for me. That was good. I think we'll just skip over this. But yeah, introducing matches. That was also this evening is what I said.
Correct.
Yeah, it was like
that was the part that I was talking about.
Yeah, it was like a real wrestling.
You only had one little slip up.
Yeah, I called a guy obese. And
you did that. I was going to text you because you said
serious too. Yeah,
with
said
Braun.
because you said Braun was obese, and I was like, that's fat.
I think but I think if we were to do the actual dictionary version of obese, Braun Strowman and both of those men are obese. Yep.
I thought it was a good rib.
According to body mass index, probably.
If you go to GNC, if I go to GNC and I stand on that scale and I say I'm
You're right.
6'1", they will say I'm obese because I'm
too.
235, 240.
Yep.
So
Obese just
means
means that you're out of that standard, or what? I mean, it doesn't mean you're grossly fat.
Thank you.
right?
You guys are all
It
taking
means body fat is accumulated to the extent that it has a negative effect on your health.
Yeah, which means you're outside
Is
the
there
chart.
another definition?
No.
But I think you could get away with it because it means it just means fat.
By the way, he might have been super nice, but Gonzo took a picture of that Sam Roberts during the NXT pre-show.
Yeah, I know Gonzo ruined him.
Hysterical.
I saw that tweet while sitting right next to Sam Roberts, by the way, and I just kind of scrolled by.
It wasn't so much a shot at him. What I was trying to do is I was actually trying to take video of Charlie introing you because I knew it was coming, but I hit the camera and took a picture. So when I went back to look at the video, noticed that I was like, I have to. This is the perfect meme. It's asking for me to post this.
I felt so bad, so I'm sitting back.
It wasn't about him. It was more about the brand.
No, I appreciate you doing that for me, Gonzo, by the way. Everybody that sent me positive messages, but a lot of WWE fans sent me a lot of positive messages that did not know I existed before then, and I'm very thankful for all of them that felt very good. If you could tag Triple H in those tweets, that'd be even better. But I was sitting backstage with the commentators. So the TV people are in their own locker room, basically, and then the male talent, female talent, like everybody's in their own little area. And I'm scrolling through the tweets afterwards, and everybody's so nice. And then some people are starting to pop off at Sam all of a sudden. And I'm just like, Sam's like, oh, this is the way it is. This is just the way it goes. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. I don't care if somebody says something terrible about me. I just don't want you to kill yourself, and I don't want to be the reason why. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be the reason why. So then the next day at WrestleMania, I'm backstage after the panel thing, and I'm sitting with that Rosenberg guy who all my friends hate, and I told him that.
The New York guy.
Yeah, I told him that. I said, all my friends hate you. I think you hate all my friends. I don't know you, so I don't really care. It's nice to meet you. That's literally how I led off the conversation with him in catering. You know what I mean? Like, everybody I know that has met you hates you. I don't know why. You hate them. I just want to let you know I don't care. I'm indifferent. He was very nice to me as well. Very, very nice. Sam Roberts, very nice to me. Everybody like that. And then as I'm sitting there, I go and scroll through my Twitter, and people are just like, replace these dudes with Pat McAfee. Like I'm reading these tweets, and I'm looking at them scroll through their tweets. I'm like, these dudes gotta hate me right now. I like actually just got up and left and just went back and joined like Nick, Ty, Vibs, and I'm like, this is getting uncomfortable. I'm getting out of here. I felt terrible because I think Sam Roberts and I are just polar opposite humans. Like that's why that's why I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed it because Sam doesn't drink, Sam doesn't smoke, Sam has a kid, Sam has that fro, Sam is just a
eyebrows.
Great eyebrow. His eyebrows match his hair. I ain't never seen anything like it. It's just we're polar opposite people, but I did enjoy the hell out of it. Absolutely enjoyed the hell out of it. This guy's got stubby fingers, doesn't he?
For sure. Yep, I can verify now. Stubbiest.
They are stubby fingers.
Yep.
He's very handsome.
If you get to interview him, you have to ask.
Were you a little bit worried about your intro highlighting your fingers, knowing that you have stubby fingers? Because he has his hands out like this, and there's just a bright light.
I enjoy this entrance a lot. It's
Yeah.
good. I enjoy Shinsuke's a lot. I also enjoy Adam Cole's a lot when the whole crowd yells "baby."
You're a punter.
I don't know if they showed me start dying laughing. I started laughing very, very hard. Very hard.
It was so funny.
I don't think so. I think it was still on him.
Adam
Yeah.
Cole, though, is...
But then it went split screen.
Adam Cole is loved. There's Adam Cole "Baby" chants happening at all times. At the Hall of Fame it was happening, at NXT TakeOver it was happening, and at WrestleMania it was happening.
On Bourbon
On
Street.
Bourbon
On
Street, yeah.
Bourbon Street it was happening. That guy,
He's over.
he's over. And now he's the NXT Tag Team Champion, the Dusty Cup Champion, and the North American. If that isn't, I don't know what is. I really don't know what is. Vibs McMahon?
Yeah.
Vibs McMahon in the club was not good. I bumped into a lot of people, and they were not happy.
So there was one of them boxing things, one of those punch things.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, there was one of them punch things after the NXT TakeOver. And the fellas here got real intoxicated during the NXT TakeOver. I was obviously working with Triple H. You know what I mean? Me, Vince McMahon, that guy, we all had stuff that we had to do. I wasn't doing it. So I caught up with them afterwards. They were on Bourbon Street, right? And I go down there and meet up with them. And there's one of them punching machines. And this is a lot of dudes, obviously. WrestleMania is a lot of dudes, all dudes basically. And there's a lot of testosterone. And this boxing thing comes out. And I've never walked out of one of those without breaking the record, right? So as soon as we walk in, all of my drunk friends here are like, "Oh, this is happening." And I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, I am not. A, I don't want to hurt my hand on this thing. B, I'm nowhere near drunk enough to deal with any of the problems that could come afterwards and everything. Like, let's just have a celebration.
So responsible now. Where's the suit? And then this.
I am. I'm a suit guy. I don't know
They
what
told
to
you
tell
to be you.
Yeah, well, I was being an adult version of me. So then this night goes on, and Vibs McMahon here, the guy comes over. I guess somebody in the group told this guy who thought he was weak. It was not. His whole group of friends were cheering loud for his punches, and it was not good. And I think it was Ty, possibly. Ty goes over and goes, "My guy wants to punch against you for a round of shots." I didn't even know this happened. This is unbeknownst to me.
He went up to like everybody in the bar before me though, because he was like, "Yeah, this kid's weak."
Yeah.
Fight.
So then,
So I proved myself.
So Ty, I think, tried to throw me into the mix. So
Yeah.
then,
He was just talking a bunch of shit, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like this guy'll do it.
yeah,
he'll do it for you."
And I was standing up at the bar trying to get a drink, and I was not getting served. By the way, this is another standard, like, fanny pack moment, not getting served by anybody. I'm like, these people, like, what are we doing here? So I come back, and this drunk guy's like, "I heard you want to punch against me." And I was like, "No, I'm not. I don't even get out of here," right? So Vibs goes, "I'll do it." Vibs takes his hoodie off, okay, in the middle of this bar, takes his hoodie off, and while he's taking it off, gets reckless, knocks 2 bottles of beer off of the table, and it just explodes in the middle of the bar off the ground. It sounded like the Steve Austin entrance.
Yeah.
Glass shattered everywhere, and I literally looked at him, and I looked at Nick, and we just turned and just walked out of the bar. Just walked completely out of the bar. It was almost a moment for Vibs McMahon.
I had like 4 layers on, so it was hard to take the sweatshirt off.
Yeah, you wanted to loosen up the arm a
Yeah.
little bit. It would have been awesome to watch you break your fist.
I was about to win rounds for the entire bar.
Yeah, with that hammer of yours.
Yep.
Something.
I have a quick question. When I was watching Seth Rollins, is his gimmick a Nightwalker from Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
That was his thing. Like, I guess if you watch on the network, there was a lot of hallucinogenic situations with the intros.
His eyes were like
Blue.
bright baby blue.
Yeah.
So
And then
I was looking at
The
the
outfit looked the same.
Jumbotron when he walked out and they showed the blue eyes, and I was like, oh, that looks like the Game of Thrones
I know,
White
that's
Walker
what-
stuff.
it was exactly.
And then I saw on Twitter afterwards that like that's what he went for, I guess.
It
So.
looked good. I liked it a lot.
White Walker eyes?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having White Walker eyes.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're very, very pretty.
Very pretty.
He
They're
won,
dead.
right?
They're-
Seth Rollins won.
He did one, yeah.
That kicked off the whole show. That was at the beginning. That was on Friday, and then Roman and Brock was Sunday night.
That one dude winning was very surprising. The one that you weren't happy with.
Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a good gimmick though to be the United States champion because he hates America. It's a good
But
thing.
like with the other people in the ring, like I feel like they're more popular, much more popular.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of unpopular decisions made, which is kind of like that's what the WWE has to do, I guess. I don't know.
You know me, I'm a big
Yeah, well, they
Randy
can't let the
Orton guy.
fans dictate everything.
Yeah, can't do that. Can't do that. You really can't, to be honest with you. You can't. But as a guy that has been a fan for a long time, and now I'm getting a chance to watch it all work. They're geniuses. Those people are absolute geniuses. Geniuses. Like every word and everything is basically. I mean, it's a full operation in there. It's a full family operation, and coffee is a big gasolini for the whole situation. There was a line at Starbucks at the hotel I stayed at, the WWE hotel, and there was just. Sting ate food behind me. Sting was eating food behind me. Goldberg just walked by.
When I was a little kid, like in 5th grade, this guy was claiming to be Sting. With my friend's apartment, he comes over like, you're not fucking Sting, bro.
Did you show up in a duster with a
You're not
baseball
fucking
bat? Or?
Sting, dude. He was just a big dude with a flat top. I'm like, you're not fucking Sting. We left. We knew we were being duped.
Of course, Sting is like lurking behind you. He's behind you. He's not like in front of you eating.
Yeah, he was right
Sting,
over my
he's a
left
gimmick.
shoulder. That's the most
He's all
mystique
gimmick.
Sting thing on earth.
Did he just come, or does he have something a role with them still?
I think everybody is kind of.
They all do like the fan experience stuff where they like
okay,
sign
I got
autographs
you.
and everything.
in those lines. I don't know how long they are whenever the place is bumping, but it looks like a roller coaster line. Like the setup, it seems as if that could be an hour or two and a half.
That's like John going to the Masters and setting up outside of Hooters and selling
yeah,
merch.
you're 100% right. He's gonna hope no.
Well,
car.
that happens too because there's like those conventions that go on down there. Like Robbie snuck out to go to an indie show on what was that, like Friday night at like 1 a.m. And it was like a bunch of old wrestlers that were in it, and
Everybody. So I got a chance to talk to Hunter and
Trips.
Trips, and he talked about how. I talked about how it was my first WrestleMania weekend, and he was like, yeah, it's really become something, he started talking about it. And I said, I saw a guy at the airport who I didn't know who was a wrestler selling photos of himself like to people that were coming. So like every super wrestling fan comes to WrestleMania, and even all these indie wrestlers take advantage of it. TNA Impact had a show there.
it really does take over the city.
It's a whole city. They got 2 arenas they're doing. Like everybody talks about the Super Bowl possibly being a comparison. I don't think so. I don't think there's any comparison to it. It's 2 arenas getting sold out for 6 different events, and then plus the convention center. I don't think it's anything like the Super Bowl. I think to be honest, in the city itself, I think it dwarfs the Super Bowl. Wow. As crazy as that sounds, because the Super Bowl gets such good ratings, which I'm assuming WrestleMania does as well. But the actual fan experience in there, it takes over every aspect of the city was wrestling.
No, not like I'm not the least involved right now with all going on in wrestling. Yeah. But if I was there, I would go right to the fucking Sting booth because that's the guy I want to meet. Is fucking Sting.
Sting was your guy?
Yeah, I used to love fucking Sting. Him with that Stinger splash.
Yeah, Sting was big. So you were a WCW guy.
Well, no, he moved over to WWF, right?
Not
Late in
until
his
late.
career.
Late. He had a run.
Yeah, I was huge. I loved Sting.
The biggest moment for Sting was when he was in the ring with the NWO there, and they thought he was going to turn, and he took the mask off, and he was the same guy.
Also a very good gif.
Yeah, it is a great gif of him taking the mask off, and it's the same face. And that's the only gif I've used of Sting in forever. So I said, like, you remember when Sting used to take the mask off, whatever, blah, 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 and somebody was like, yeah, you're a real fan. He painted his face on. So I went into the comment section. I was like, go into the gifs right now, type in Sting, and see the 6th one. That's the one I was referring to, taking his mask off. A lot of the super wrestling fans, a couple of them, not a lot of them, a couple of them came after me for not knowing stuff about the NXT people. And they're right. I didn't.
Like what part? Like the snap, crackle, pop?
Snap, tap, or crap.
Which was hilarious.
Because I heard the thing. I heard the give and take, and there was stuff in my ear, so I didn't hear the entire thing. I just heard like the snap, and then the next one, and the last one, and I was like, "Did she just?" No, she didn't. But I'm for sure. I'm saying that she said that for sure.
Her trying to not laugh uncontrollably was pretty. Her trying to watch her control the laughter.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah, whenever you said that was pretty good.
What's up?
The best part of the NXT show is there's supposed to be a serious kind of moment with Mrs. Wrestler, as you called her.
Mrs. Wrestling.
And Mrs. Wrestling, and they're just kind of quiet and like fake crying a little bit, and then it's about to cut to a promo, and you just hear Pat go, "Wow."
It was like 45 seconds of silence. It was so weird.
The pop in my ear was big whenever I said Mrs. Wrestling. I said Mrs. Wrestling's here. In my ear, I just got a big laugh. And then I hear like, remember, Pat, this is a serious moment. I'm like,
I played that for Marty. I'm like, come here, you got to listen. And I was playing the serious part. She's like, what the fuck is this? What is even happening? I go, shut up, just wait. Wow. So was that Pat? I was like, of course that was Pat.
Well, it was hard. It was hard for me to sit because I'm right next to her. So they were like, she'll be right next to you. And I'm like, I'm not the one. I'm not the one to here. Because she was learning that her husband was potentially being fired, you know, from the company they worked together at. It was a big moment.
WrestleMania, man, that was a wild time.
Wild time.
Yeah.
Great time. We learned a lot, met a lot of people, and just kept it moving. Ain't that right, Diggs?
Yeah,
But you know what? It's over with.
No.
It's over with. It's time for hockey. And in the Stanley Cup playoffs, anything can happen on any night, and now is your chance to predict the outcome in the Stanley Cup playoffs bracket challenge.
Oh, wow. Interactive hockey all of a sudden. Wow.
Brackets have been a hot topic at Barstool over the last month, yet we still have the most exciting playoffs in the world coming up within the week. There's nothing more exhilarating in sports than playoff hockey. You guys know that. Guys putting everything on the line at all times in the quest for Lord Stanley's Cup. Up the excitement by Barstool's bracket and following along through the playoffs. Feidelberg is openly challenging anyone to join his public bracket if you're looking to challenge him.
It's this week?
It's this week, Wednesday.
You looking to challenge?
I'll be in it for sure. I'll take on fights. Let's go.
Yeah, but Nick has been saying 2 weeks for what, the last 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because NHL playoffs are the most exciting time of sports. They're exciting as hell. And Nick's been trying to keep me on the hook for the Snipe Selly show for the last 6 months almost. He said we're 2 weeks out. We're 2 weeks out. Snipe Selly still happening?
Oh, yeah.
When is it?
Every Thursday night, 7:30.
Still a thing.
Still a thing. Yeah, I got to keep you interested. The views go up every time you come on. It's a big pop. We got to keep you hooked. But visit NHL.com/Barstool Bracket. Join the league to compete against fellow Stoolies for a chance to win great prizes, including, Pat, a trip to the NHL Awards in Las Vegas.
Sin City. Wow.
Sign me up.
Not me. Not me, I say. That's awesome. What is it again, Nick?
NHL.com/Barstool Bracket. Submit your picks today.
Do you have Snipe Selly still a thing? Yeah.
Yeah, still a thing.
So I have 2 weeks to put these brackets in.
Yeah, I think it's about 2 weeks.
2 days.
2 days.
Oh,
Well, the playoffs start Wednesday. Let's get them in, boys. Let's get those
so
picks
tomorrow, tonight, you should put that in tonight then.
Probably do it right now if I were you. If I were listening to this, I would go do it right now.
NHL playoffs are awesome. You listen to people talk about it, you know.
yeah.
But watching it,
Snipe Selly has a chance to be electric. You know what I mean? The two guys on there, Nick Moraldo, Booze, really talented people.
Both their teams going head to head.
In the first round, let's go Pens. Let's go Pens. Let's go Pens. The Guinos taking the Flyers back behind the butcher shop and taking them right to the chop shop.
Yep.
Is that who's going to win it all?
Penalty? Yeah.
No, the Golden Knights are.
Fucking Lil B.
yeah, it's fake news. He pulled it back.
Oh, he did?
So PFT commentator tried to dupe Lil B into putting a curse on the Pens, and he saw right through that, saw it was fake news, pulled the curse off.
Okay, good.
You can't curse back to back. A little late, cuz. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
A little late.
It's almost like Lil B had a little curse on the Lil Washington Capitals for a long time. Long time. Are they good again?
The Caps?
Yeah.
Yeah, they won the division. They're all right. I mean, they do it every year. They win the division, and then they blow it in the second round of the playoffs.
It's such a shame that we have to
You
do
can set your watch to it.
Such a shame we got to do it to PFT. He's a good guy.
I know.
But we just got to bury him every year because the Penguins, the world's best bird, it's got to go back to back.
I do hope he brings out his clutch jeans again.
Oh, the Jankos.
It's wild he's wearing those. It's wild. We got a chance to have a conversation with a guy who's been there, done that with just about everything, and it was magical. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Heyman. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. This guy, I've watched all the behind-the-scenes stuff from when you were a kid, weaseling your way into the wrestling business, to starting the ECW. I took a photo in front of the ECW intro thing earlier. You are a living legend. Every time you grab the microphone, ratings have to go through the roof. Every single time you're around, it's a viral video. Ladies and gentlemen, an absolute living, breathing legend, Paul Heyman. What are we talking about? Yeah, cuz. We hugging? Let's go.
Wow.
I'm a Paul Heyman guy. You need to know that. That was a good hug, too. I didn't know you were that good of a hugger. I knew you were a good speaker.
I can't follow that. Bitches, it's been a pleasure.
Drops the mic and he's out. Paul, you legitimately, absolutely are a guy who lives and breathes wrestling. You started an organization that got bought out. You did this whole thing. Now pushing the alpha athlete, which is the barbarian Brock Lesnar. Who knows what the future is? Your life in wrestling, has it been everything you hoped it would be?
So far, yeah. I mean, I hope it's not over.
No.
So, and by the way, it's done like this. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I serve as the advocate for this Sunday's WrestleMania main event, the reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Now that we've gotten that out of the way.
That's on me. I messed it up.
Yeah, I'm very happy so far with how things have gone, and I look forward to it. I'm 52, so I'm halfway done with life. So, I got another 52 hopefully to go, and I hope to accomplish more in the second half than I did in the first.
Robbie said he got a chance to chat with you last week, and he asked you, which I'm assuming a lot of people ask you. Paul Heyman guy was a big thing for a long time. CM Punk was one for a while. Brock Lesnar is the only real Paul Heyman guy right now. In the future, do you see yourself recruiting more Paul Heyman guys? The WWE needs you speaking forever. If Brock is to go back to the UFC, which everybody is saying, Dana White said that it's definitely happening, does that eliminate Paul Heyman? The world needs Paul Heyman. What is the future for Paul Heyman?
The world does need Paul Heyman. and I've actually applied for the role of God.
Morgan Freeman's got that on lock. You're trying to take it.
Yeah, but, his run is almost up. So, until really I have that universe to run, I will continue to dominate over the WWE universe with my 800-pound gorilla, my beast, my conqueror, Brock Lesnar.
Now, every time you speak, is there anybody that you get a chance to shoot promos with against that you're incredibly impressed by? Like whenever you hear somebody else speak, are you the guy that people come to for help? I assume that is what happens in WWE. Like,
one would hope.
Yeah, I would assume.
For no other reason but because I have the most experience doing it.
And you're the greatest in history.
That too.
Yes. But who is somebody that impresses you on the mic that you're like, you know what, when they speak, I like it?
You.
No, stop it, Paul.
No, seriously.
I'm talking
I like
about
the gravel.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, I like the gravel.
yeah, bring it down.
Sam Elliott in The Big Lebowski,
Okay.
The dude abides. I like that, wow, man, I wish I could talk like that. Besides you and Sam Elliott, nobody impresses me.
Do you have a script? You go off the top of the head.
I have a beginning, a middle, and an end. I know the beginning, which is simple. It's my name, whom I'm representing, which is Brock Lesnar, and here's the theme of the night. And I tell you up front, here's the theme of the night. Here's what I'm here to hype. Here's what I'm here to sell. So I tell you that up front. Then I have a turning point. Here we go. Now we're rounding third. Now we're going to bring this bitch home. And then I know the last line because I know what I'm building towards. That's the climax.
Last night you did a theater show.
Yes, I did.
You did. Do you do stand-up comedy or is it?
No, it's just a live think tank with 700 people in the crowd.
Live think tank. I saw RVD, Rob, Van Dam made an appearance. JR made an appearance.
Yeah, they both just drunkenly showed up at the show looking for comp tickets, and I figured I'd tag them in so that they could earn their seats.
Ah, Paul, that's amazing. What's the biggest WrestleMania moment this weekend? Whenever Brock knocks out Roman again?
When Brock Lesnar F5s Roman Reigns and pins him in the center of the ring, 1, 2, 3, I think we will create something that has equal shock value to Brock Lesnar conquering The Undertaker's undefeated streak 4 years ago.
Wow. You've cut your hair recently. It's gotten tighter. It got a little tighter here in this last week. I think I noticed you had a little bit of a tighter haircut.
Yes, I do.
The New Orleans fade.
Is that a New Orleans fade, or is it what it have? Why did we make the change? It's worked. I feel like for a long time. You had the ponytail for a while, then you cut it short.
The ponytail was years ago.
Well, yeah, I'm just talking about the evolution of Paul Heyman's head here. And now it's like a real tight side on the sides.
It wasn't a conscious decision.
Did you see Shawn Michaels cut his ponytail off?
I did see that.
There's a sad moment in this industry. Huh?
If that has depressed you whatsoever, then you sir have absolutely no life.
That's true. That's just a fact.
Paul Heyman just told Robbie to run off a cliff.
I was distraught.
They put Jesus Christ on a cross. They tortured Muhammad. Now his name is dragged down with Allah. But oh my God, Shawn Michaels got off his ponytail. How can I survive something like this?
I don't know if I can. We'll see. We'll
Daniel
see,
Bryan. Daniel Bryan's
Yes.
back with Shane McMahon. That whole
Yes.
thing. Has that been exciting to watch as an outsider? Robbie said you had to go.
Excuse me one moment.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Nia Jax just walks in here. Mickey James is here, country musician superstar with the Yin Yang Twins. Have you listened to her new song with the Yin Yang Twins? Have you listened to Mickey James?
Yes, I have. The Yin Yang Chins get a comeback. Thanks just to the hotness of Mickey James. When Nia Jax walks by and demands a hug, you give her one.
It seems like that's something that you would naturally do.
Yeah. Well, she's not like most girls.
That's a lady that could beat the hell out of anybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
And well too.
Yeah.
What was the cool
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Are you a big fan of him coming back? It seems like 3-year wait now.
Moved me to tears.
Really?
Yeah, because ever since the doctor said to him, "You're done. You need to retire. We're flagging you. It's over. You cannot pursue your dreams anymore." From that moment on, every single solitary micro moment of his life, he envisioned this day. That moment when he gets to step back into the ring and hear ding, ding, ding. The bell has rung, and I get to do what I love doing more than anything else on the face of this planet. More than making love to his wife, more than holding his child. This is something that he lives for. This is what he needs. This is what he craves. This is what he lusts after. This is everything that he's about. Because when you're in that ring...
Is Daniel Bryan a Paul Heyman guy?
Oh, I'm a Daniel Bryan admirer.
Wow.
Yeah.
This selling you're having right now is like a true emotion.
Chills.
Now I'm like, I have chills right now.
Well, I mean...
This is like a beautiful moment here.
You know... There's a sacrifice that needs to be made in life if you want to be the best. And if you want to certainly be, the best of this generation, the best at this moment, the best ever, the best, then, now, and forever, there's a sacrifice that needs to be made. You're going to, you have to walk in there needing it, wanting it, craving it. And when he says, listen, I would do it in front of 50 people, at a VFW hall again, he means it. That's what he lives for. This is why huge movie stars go back to Broadway.
Because they enjoy the basic craft of it, the craft, the absolute, they yearn for it.
There is an affirmation that you get from an audience that appreciates your artistry that does not compare with any sex or drug or love that you can find anywhere else.
Blowjob? A good blowjob, though, maybe?
It depends on from whom.
Paul, we appreciate you so much. I think you got to go. You're
All right, who said I got to go?
Well, there's a guy sitting right over here.
Charlie?
I don't know. Is that his name?
Charlie?
Charlie's a good guy. He's
Why,
got a good
why
suit.
would you listen to him? He doesn't even work for WWE. He's a rent-a-publicist.
I didn't know that. I had no idea that those existed.
I'm serious.
I had no idea that those existed.
That guy right there?
Hold on. All these rent-a-publicists have been telling us to hurry it up.
Last year, before he got his surgery, when he was a woman,
Charlie here?
Yeah, that's why the name, Charlie.
Yeah.
Right? He was one of the, or she was one of the
He doesn't
best
like this. He's
publicists
walking away.
in New Orleans.
He's gone.
Right?
Yep.
And then, of course, had the surgery, and now as a man, just likes to throw his weight around. Don't listen to him. I'll stay here as long as you want.
Well, Paul, listen, anytime talking to a legend is awesome.
Can you wrap it up, please?
Yeah. It does it. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
Brock Lesnar.
Okay, Brock Lesnar aside, who's your
There,
favorite?
there really isn't Brock Lesnar aside. It can't be. And he really is. I mean, if you just watch his timing in the ring and you watch his ability and you watch the authenticity. Here's the thing. Last year, I think Brock Lesnar stole WrestleMania with Goldberg.
He did.
Yep.
Okay. You'll
What a
agree with
moment.
that assessment?
Yes, what a moment.
And I'm biased, but just because I'm biased doesn't mean I'm wrong. Okay?
True.
Brock Lesnar stole WrestleMania with Goldberg. How many punches were thrown in that match?
0.
How many kicks were thrown in that
0.
match?
0.
How many guys got whipped into the ropes?
0.
Anybody take a turnbuckle?
Nope.
Nope.
All impact.
Electric.
All authentic. All very real. All high impact. Just what a magnificent display of where this business could be. What a conflict.
How would you change the business if you could right now?
I'd have more Paul Heyman involved.
I think a lot of people would say that. I think that's people are saying that.
And just because they're biased
doesn't mean they're wrong.
Love
I
that.
agree completely. So you don't have a script. You have a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
How has promos changed throughout the years? Like when it went to G.
I don't know because I'm not affected by their changes.
So you just are above it.
I have Brock Lesnar with me. I do whatever the F I want to do. Who's going to tell me otherwise?
Well, Vince McMahon's house. I didn't know if does he ever?
It's Vince McMahon's house, but he's renting the universe from Brock Lesnar. And rent is due on Sunday, and the price is Roman Reigns' ass.
I like that you said just like something. You're just like Roman's ass. He owns both of them, by the way, on Monday night. I
Yes.
like that line.
Yeah.
That was a good line. That was
Yeah,
a good
well,
little
choices
tagline.
are easy when you have no options. And Roman Reigns has no options this Sunday but to gracefully and with great dignity accept defeat.
What's your favorite food, Paul Heyman?
My favorite food?
Yeah.
Pepperoni pizza from New York, followed by a knish.
I don't know what a knish is.
A knish. See, it's a very Jewish thing in New York. It's mashed potatoes inside a fried shell.
Oh, wait, I've heard about it. It's like the crepe, right? It's like a potato crepe.
Nah,
that's some other thing.
It's better.
I don't know what it is.
It's better.
It sounds like I just.
Oh, it's wild.
I like pizza. You put ranch dressing on it, you just go straight.
On pizza?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
Just dip it right in. So you take
you
the ranch.
you lost
Paul,
me.
Yeah, you just dip it right into the ranch, and then you just have a nice little day, Paul. That's what you do.
Ew.
Yeah, I'm just here. I'm here to help you.
Well, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest orator in WWE history, the man who's everything. You've been a businessman.
Gonna finish on ranch pizza?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because just like I'm biased, it doesn't
Rodney
mean I'm
did-
wrong.
as Rodney did. Oh, nothing like leaving on a high note.
Favorite wrestling moment? I wanted
Brock Lesnar conquering the Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania.
Dude, that gif of that kid, the African American guy in the crowd losing his mind, that is used for every single moment.
Yes.
That is the moment you're looking for.
Yeah, of course.
Going into that night, you knew that the arena was going to be upside down. Had to.
Yeah.
Like, Brock Lesnar's going to do what nobody else has been done. Obviously, he's going to be the one in 27-1 or 21-1. He's going to be the one. You knew going in there with outright confidence that this place is going to be upside down when Brock Lesnar does what
Brock Lesnar
does.
achieved the unachievable.
Have you seen the momentum change for Brock Lesnar since the Roman Reigns personal angle about him like attacking WWE almost with the pop reaction whenever
I see no momentum at all in either direction for one reason. I see both of their momentums going sky high. You know why? People pay to see them.
Yep.
I don't care if people boo Brock Lesnar. I don't care if people cheer Brock Lesnar. They pay to boo Brock Lesnar. They pay to cheer Brock Lesnar. People pay to cheer Roman Reigns. People pay to boo Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has been the main event now in 4 consecutive WrestleManias. The network is at an all-time high. The stock is at an all-time high. Revenue is at an all-time high. How can you consider Roman Reigns anything but a massive success? He is a box office attraction second to no one but the reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar.
You like John Cena?
I do like John Cena.
Not
Admire him
a
greatly.
Paul Heyman guy. Very different.
Very different, but I admire him greatly.
Have you seen Ferdinand?
Ferdinand the movie?
Yeah.
No, I don't watch movies.
What a comment.
No, not in movie theaters. No. When it comes out on Netflix or on HBO or something, I'll watch it.
What are some
but
things you watch? Like documentaries? You
Porn.
Okay. So you got 3 minutes with that. Now what's next? What else? So you watch documentaries or anything like that?
I do watch documentaries.
You a Netflix documentary guy?
Netflix, HBO, Showtime. I saw one on Rolling Stone magazine. Okay. It was a multi-parter that was really fascinating.
Really?
It was really, really good. So well done. You know, and they got to the John Lennon killing, and it was just moving. Really, really, really well done.
I think documentaries are kind of sweeping everything. That's where, because it's so relatable. That's like whenever I watch your story, I forget what it's called. It's on WWE Network. It might be just Paul Heyman. I don't even know what it's called.
Mine?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman.
I nailed it. I should have had that one. That seems like something as a professional radio host should have had.
As something going with branding, it was pretty easy. It should be pretty easy.
But that was an incredible story to watch the behind the scenes stuff and like to listen to people from ECW talk about everything that you've done, and just you're an incredible person in this wrestling business.
Well, that's not a compliment.
That's not a compliment.
Incredible means lack of credibility. I'm a credible person. I'm the most credible person you'll probably interview all day. I would be the most credible person you've ever interviewed in your entire career because I have credibility with me. To say I'm incredible is like when they go unbelievable. Unbelievable doesn't mean great. Unbelievable means lack of believability. So to say that I'm incredible is a bitch slap. It's a left-handed compliment. It's like saying, hey, you're a limp dick. And you go, oh, I don't want to be a limp dick. I don't want to be incredible. I want to be credible.
Well, it's like
that's what I seek.
Brock Lesnar is an unbelievable human.
No.
Yeah, because he's
very believable.
No, if you were to tell me that a guy would be a WWE heavyweight champion, and then he would just decide to go mess around in UFC, the best of the best, become the champion there, I'd be like, that is unbelievable. And
but
that
he
is
makes
what he
you
is.
believe when you see it.
He's a real life superhero. Like he is a
Absolutely.
Superhero. He lives out in the woods, I've heard.
He lives in Saskatchewan on a gazillion-acre ranch because he doesn't like people.
And he doesn't have a phone like
he doesn't have
near
a phone.
him.
He has to climb a pole, right, to make a call?
It's 3 miles down from his front door.
Do you ever have moments where you're like, I got to get in touch with Brock? Let me like start writing a note now, send it by pigeon?
The old DMs. Sliding a DM.
Who is this guy?
He cried. When Shawn Michaels cut his hair, he cried. Just have a little respect. You know what I mean? That's what we're dealing with.
Wow.
That's what we got right here. That's what we got. Do you remember whenever Brock Lesnar used to do the shooting star press? It was that dude is
like, did they hire you out of pity or something?
This is unbelievable. I'm getting
comment
roasted. We had a great conversation last week. Now he turned heel on me.
But now I met you.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Robbie, this is not your fault. I feel like you just walked into this one. This is like Byron Saxton.
He
with
tells
Corey
everybody
Graves.
that Roman Reigns has a shot at beating Brock Lesnar. I think maybe the people he doesn't like, he props up. No, not with me.
No, he just buried you.
Buried me.
But it's an accurate assessment of Roman Reigns.
Yep.
And an accurate assessment of you.
You like Corey Graves? So Corey Graves.
I do like Corey Graves. He's the Joe Rogan of WWE.
Okay. All right. Let's dig into that because he's on Monday and Tuesday. They put him into everything.
Didn't they wrap us up like 10 minutes ago?
Yeah. You're a guy, girl.
It.
I don't think you're allowed to say that. Probably.
Why not?
I assume
who's going to come after us?
You
the
have
Hermaphrodite Society.
You have
fairness to
Brock
hermaphrodites.
Lesnar. You have Brock
Be
Lesnar.
kind to hermaphrodites.
Absolutely.
Yes,
man.
And please, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to me right now, be kind to hermaphrodites.
Look at you making all right there at the end. You see that?
I'm politically correct.
You want to wrap this up and send it into a break, or you want
whatever you want to do?
All right.
Don't have to go to a break.
We kind of do.
You go to a recap of this entire interview.
Okay, let's go.
You can just repeat it.
So earlier in the conversation, we talked about a lot of things. Talked about you being a legend.
Yes.
You were once a fan of Robbie. Then he told you he cut his hair he cried when Shawn Michaels cut his hair. You started turning on him a little bit. Then he comes in at the end. You ruin him. You bury him. We talk about Brock Lesnar living in the woods. Bang, bang, boom. We're off and running. I think we did it all right there.
I don't know how we can top it. We should get out while we're ahead.
You want pizza with ranch. Pepperoni pizza with ranch
There
dressing.
you go. You blew it again.
Paul Heyman,
which I
thank
guess
you so much.
people say to you every now and then.
Ed Heyman Hustle, obviously everybody knows that he's the man. He is absolutely incredible on the microphone, incredible in the business. So lucky you spent time with us. We got to get to a break. Paul Heyman, what an absolute hero, man. Paul, thank you so much. Thank you.
Tell you what, Paul Heyman, great guy.
Great guy.
Speaks for Brock.
Yup.
You know who's got it? Brock?
Lesnar.
Do you know him?
I don't know. He was one of the
Lesnar.
I'm being serious when I say this. I saw him. I seen him, didn't talk to him. Very scared. I saw him twice. I saw him coming out of the athletic trainers before, like a couple hours before his fight, his match, and then I saw him before outside the ring. Whenever I was just kind of spectating what was going on, and it was pretty cool to just see the alpha human right there. Just there it is, right there. The guy that could just go ahead and kill me if he probably would.
I don't think you're missing much by not talking to him. I don't think he would have communicated. He's just Pat.
Does he talk? I don't know if he talks. I have no clue if he talks or not.
I feel like he just grunts.
As he should, though. If I'm Brock Lesnar and I'm built like he is, and I am the human that he is, I 1,000% grunt my way through life for sure, and just beat people up.
He's got a great body
for an older guy too. He's getting older, and he's still just a massive monster.
You think he uses Beachbody?
Yeah. Of course.
Well, guess what? Yeah. Everyone can use Beachbody.
No way.
Beachbody On Demand is an easy-to-use streaming service that gives you instant access to a wide variety of super effective workouts that you could do from the comfort of your living room 24/7. Why is it the best, Pat? Because it's got a history of success. This is the company behind P90X, Insanity. Heard of them?
Yep.
Best trainers, Tony Horton. Heard of them?
Yep.
The best programs, hundreds of effective workouts for all fitness levels, ranging from the bodybuilding to weight training to cardio fit to yoga and even dance workouts. You can even dance.
Dance.
Don't tell them.
Dance.
You can work out on your own schedule. Workouts are as short as 10 minutes and they don't even require extra equipment. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
You can access anywhere and anytime. View on your computer, web-enabled TV, tablet, smartphone, Roku, Apple TV, Chromecast, and more. Listen.
Down there on a Roku.
You can do all those things, and you're going to have a huge support community.
What was that?
Community.
Oh, okay.
You're going to have a huge support community.
An entire town, a community.
Join over 1 million people currently on Beachbody On Demand. This is the best deal in fitness.
Oh, okay. Listeners
of the Pat McAfee Show can try it absolutely free.
What?
Free, Pat.
Fitness for free?
Yeah, for free. If you right now, the listeners of the Pat McAfee Show get a special free trial membership when you text McAfee, that's MCAFEE, to 303030. That's McAfee to 303030. Get your special free trial membership today.
MCAFEE, by the way, if you're going to send it, please send it right. I'm so thankful that you all choose to listen. Diggs really crushed that thing.
Killed it.
Nick, Diggs, Ty, Evan, everybody else. So thankful you listen. We're running on 4 hours of sleep in the last 72 hours. So I think it's about time to go take a nap ski.
Yeah.
Nick might have fell asleep. It kind of looks like he's preparing for an episode of Snipe Selly over there.
Hey, man, we shoot those early in the morning, okay?
Thursdays, Snipe Selly. It's a thing. Snipe Selly, it's a thing. It's a thing. Your one-stop shop for all your hockey needs. Snipe Selly. Also to be featured on Cold Skates?
Ty something?
Cold Skates.
Healthy
scratch.
Scratches?
Cold Skates. It's time for bed. Hashtag Endgang, hashtag Endgame. Send us hockey gifts with the hashtag Snipe Selly. It's a thing. We'll see you on Thursday. Bye.